guys, it's the Gamer Untamed. Again, I apologize that I haven't made a video in I haven't made a video in like a week, maybe? I don't know. I think it was a week. But shit's gone down lately. I know that was my other excuse, pretty much. But things have really gone haywire. Really, like a roller coaster journey has happened for me. Don't know why, but I feel like my life at the moment should be like a movie. Don't like critique me on why, but it seriously should. I don't know why I'm playing with. Let's play with pens and pencils, shall we? I don't know. But I feel like my life should legitimately be a movie right now. I don't know why, but sorry, I sound a bit stuffy. Stuff's happened, and it's like, wow. When you think about it, as an outsider, it's freaking cool. But as an insider on this situation, it's freaking dramatic and crazy. Like, it's not dramatic all the time, but it's freaking weird, and I don't even know anymore, and I don't know. But stuff's happened lately in the past 1 to 2 weeks where I'm just like, I really can't make a video. I just can't do it. That, and I wanted to talk about more Elder Scrolls today, but I decided I wasn't going to, just to give a little break from that, because I think it's a little boring at times. So I'm hoping you like the idea of this video. But before I do talk about this video, I'm just going to show you something. Airbus A380 Emirates. Basically, I'm going to Italy in the September holidays for Australia, and we are going to, we get a little book with everything in it. It's so cool. Welcome to Emirates. These are the business class seats, and I'm sitting in one of those. So I'm so excited. So I'm going to business class to Italy on Emirates, and they have good. It looks amazing. Like, and it's pretty. It's pretty. I'm weird. I think it's pretty. Wow, I'm crazy. But look, it's put together nicely, and I'm sitting in this business class page with this is all the features. Ugh. I get comforts and fine dining. So I'll have to have a read of that a bit later. See what it offers me and see what I'm missing out on from first class. But obviously, like business class, the pay, this is really retarded. Let me just explain something to you. The pay for Emirates business class is the same as if you pay Qantas premium. Wow. Crazy much? Anyway, so this video is going to be 7 games that I would like to live in. I thought it was a good idea. I believe Rachel Moore posted the same sort of video. So I'm going to do the same, not as a response, but because I was thinking about it today. And I'm hoping that you guys like my thoughts and my reasoning for why I've chosen these games, aside from the fact that maybe some of them are on my favorite games list. Maybe. Not sure. But yeah, let's see how this goes. And we are going to do this in order, and there are about 5. There are 5. I might add an extra bonus one, just for shits and giggles, but okay, let's go with 6. Let's be an awkward number, even though it's even, and go with 6. Yeah. Woo! Okay, my number 6 is an honourable mention, so I'm going to just put that to the end. Okay, so my number 5 is going to come over here, I believe. Yes. My number 5 game that I would like to live in would have to be L.A. Noire. Now, some of you probably be like, why women got raped? It wasn't very sort of even sort of society. Men dominated everything. Like, people of racial stereotypes were the tip of the ice block in that era, in the 1940s, 20s, 60s, 20s, 1920s at that time. But when you think about it, if you didn't do anything wrong, if I was a woman, I am a woman Okay, if I was older and a woman in that time period, and if I was an actress or any of that, I would have been safe. I would have been fine. At times, of course. If I was a stay-at-home, I would never be safe in most people's theories. But if I was a good wife, if I did my job, if I was a good housewife, if I mothered the children, I would have been safe and fine. But unfortunately, me being myself, I want to be a career person. I want to be a career woman. I want to go out and do things. So women in that time period probably, not probably, but they had it more rough. I mean, there was more, of course, like prostitution. It was very racist. Women didn't have the same rights as men. Of course, they were treated worse. And in that game, it portrays women as very sexual part, very like it's almost like a sex god almost. I don't know how to exactly explain it. But women were portrayed very unrealistically to me, at the same time being very realistic for that time period. I mean, you had the Black Dahlia, and they did something about that, like sort of related to that, but it wasn't exactly the same as that. I mean, they had women getting killed all the time. It was always the women. People were always dying, and I'm thinking it was always homicidal things with women, because people would always be like to get rape with the women. So, you know, it would have been really terrible. But if you did your job, if you did everything right, if you abided by the law, or if you were a part of the law, you probably wouldn't get in trouble. You would be fine. You wouldn't have any issues. You would have a normal life. And you wouldn't end up dead on the side of the road next to a train. Naked. With traces of semen. I'm going to shut up now because that's disgusting. Corinne, what is wrong with you? Dude. No. I mean, like, I suppose it would be very hard. I mean, if you take a look at this scene from the game, you can tell that women, especially with homicidal things, very, very tragic. But again, you did your job. If you're a wife, mother, you stayed at home, or whatever you did, and you weren't very promiscuous. My number 4 would have to be Dragon Age 2. Mainly because I can't put it any like higher as in like number 1 on my list or number 2 or something, because you would expect it to be really high with me, but no, it's not, because of the fact that you take into account how dangerous the world is, and you're like, shit, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna most likely freaking die in this world. Women are treated pretty bad. But at the time, you've got so many strong women. Like, there's so many strong characters. Like, Isabella holds her own. Meryl, she's really shying away, but she's out there and she'll kill you. Geez, she'll freaking hurt you. And you've got Hawke, if you're going to play Hawke as a woman. She's freaking strong. She can take on. And then you've got Meredith. Bloody hell. And then you've got the other one, whose name just slips my mind. And I will write it here. About now. But yeah, her. As well. She's very strong. She's captain of the guard. I mean, come on, she's got a pretty high job. And then Isabella, she has a ship, and Meryl could have been the, like, you know, the top person in her tribal community. And Hawke, of course, is freaking famous for not doing much. And then you've got, of course, if you have Hawke's sister, if she's Hawke's sister as well, very strong character as well. There's so many strong characters that are women in games. It's quite different to some other games. I mean, they're all very strong, but then in most games that I play, they all have to kill each other in the end. So that's not that much fun. But, not kill each other as in, like, each other, but I mean kill other people. And of course, like, you've got so many other, like, very strong women in the game who aren't featured as much. And of course, you've got, if you take one of the DLCs, Mark of the Assassin, you've got that little elf person, played by Felicia Day, who's amazing. And she's very quirky, and she's very sassy, and she's got a job to do, and she's got a place, and she's got her own little backstory. Everyone has their backstory. Everyone has their place in time. I mean, you've got so many strong and highly regarded characters that are women in the game. But then you think about it and you have to relate it to their jobs. And their jobs really reflect who they are as a person, who they are as people. Isabella is a pirate. She's quite devious. Meryl deals with black magic. But she's like an exception. She's very sweet and innocent inside. But, you know, it's very sort of hard to explain how characters can relate to their stereotypes, but while not really relating to their stereotypes at the same time. Then you've got, who else is there? Then you've got that girl, the captain of the guard. I can't freaking remember her name. And she does abide by her stereotype as captain of the guard. She is very loyal. She's very honest. She's very by the book, and she will follow Hawke to death if need be. Why is my fuzzy? And then of course you've got Hawke, who is like an exception to everything. She is in the middle, bro. She's in the middle and she doesn't know what she wants or who she is in a way. I'm so confused with Hawke half the time. But the reason I would be in Dragon Age 2, not because of the situation, not because of the world, because if you think about it, the world situation is very bad. But if I could be friends with those characters, if I got to know those characters, because they help people all the time, if I became part of them, I would feel like I'm doing something for a cause, and that is why I would live in that world. I would like to do something for a cause because of how openly tragic their story is. In the end, it's not that tragic, but you get a level of. So my number 3. You would have definitely thought this to be my number 1, but it is Mass Effect in general. Mass Effect in general, because again, their world situation is crap. The freaking world's gonna end. Everything's getting blown up by Mass Effect 3. The world Earth is freaking gone. I mean, then you've got Paladin, and they're not too baddie. They're not baddie. They're bad too. And then you've got, of course, the homeworlds of the Asari, and everyone is like, everything's weighing so heavily on everybody that it's not safe. But of course, I want to be in the world because of how fantastic the world is at the same time. If you're on the Citadel, you're safe. You are safe. You were safe. To the end, you don't know what... If Mass Effect 3 didn't freaking anything blow up everywhere, if you were on Earth, you might still have been safe. If you were on the Citadel, you wouldn't have been safe. There are so many places where you would not be safe in the entire galaxy, and you would be so confused of where to go. You would stay on the Citadel for as long as you could, and then you realize, shit, if I'm here, and people come here, and they take the Citadel, because the Reapers, they have a connection to the Citadel, very close connection to the Citadel, where they can close it. That's bad. Very bad. And then you think about it, and you're like, shit, if you were on the Citadel at that time, you'd be in deep poo-poo. And can I just note that in the Citadel DLC, slight spoiler, the house, just realised, it would have died, possibly, because it's prior to the Citadel Mass Effect 3 blowing up. Really? Must you have done that to me? Really? No, but you wouldn't notice it, but seriously, I want to be in the world to make. I would be in the world to make a difference, because that is a place in the world where anybody can help out. Anybody can make the difference, even if you died. Being in that world is like heaven until then, because you would never have the chance to go up there, ever. Think about it. We're never going to be able to do that. I keep thinking in my head that we are, but we're really not. Like, we're really not. And then I'm just thinking, wow. If I ever got a chance to go up there and see all that, no matter what, I would want to go up there. I wouldn't feel safe down here either. So maybe it's best for me to be up in the sky. To be honest, think about it. because I can go where I want in the sky. I can't. Earth, you can. Where are you gonna go? Where a laser's not gonna get you underground. No, they're gonna get you anywhere. So you think about it. Be in the air where they're focusing on a planet, and then you'll find something else, and maybe they won't get you. Maybe. But I would want to be in that world no matter what, to be honest, because it's amazing. I mean, you think about it, you've got all this, again, amazing women characters that I would fit in, maybe. I could be a scientist. I could be a journalist. I could still be a journalist. I could be like freaking Chobot. Terrible, but much better and not go like a Nintendo.